How long have you been out here?
I don't know. I couldn't sleep.
Won't you come in and have some breakfast?
No, I'll get home. I've got to see how Joseph is.
I'm sure Chris can cope. It's you that needs looking after. I think you should stay here for a few days.
I don't want to be any trouble.
You're no trouble, Rachel. Your family, that's right, isn't it, Jack?
Of course. But if Rachel wants to get home, I don't think we should stand in her way.
Well, I don't think you should be left on your own. Why don't you give Chris a ring and that'll put your mind at rest about Joseph?
All right. I'll do that. Thanks.
Really, Jack, I think you could try to be a bit more considerate. Her mother's just died. Don't you care about Rachel? Where are you going?
Thought I ought to check the progress at Woodside.
Well, I'll come with you.
If you like. Had to park my car a fair way off last night because of Pollard's rowdy customers.
I thought we might try and go away this weekend. Do you good to have a break.
I've just been away.
Which is why you need a rest. A chance to forget about what happened.
Nothing I'm likely to do with that.
Well, get it in perspective then. You can't go on blaming yourself.
No point in avoiding the issue. When it came to the crunch, I found I wasn't up to it anymore. And somebody else had to pay a price for that.
Look, I don't want to lose you, Tony. So if it stops you doing that sort of work anymore, then I'm going to be grateful.
It's what I was trained for, Becky. It's all I know.
Yeah, but you were going to leave it behind when we came here. We were supposed to be starting a new life.
And what we're going to do for money. The bill for Woodside is going up every day.
Oh, we'll find something. At least we're in the sort of place where I don't have to keep looking over my shoulder to see if someone's going to attack you.
No. Here, they just hit you when they're drunk.
Oh, no.
Off to work?
Yeah.
What time do you finish?
As soon as I can get away with skiving off. Why?
Well, I was just wondering if we could meet up or something.
You don't give up asking, do you?
Well, I really like you, Kelly.
Well, maybe I'll give you a chance.
Oh, great. Well, where do you fancy going?
Holiday Village will do.
Hey, just dead as a doornail up there. Lived up there for months. There's nothing to do.
That depends on who you're with, and make sure you bring some beers.
I'll see you later then.
You two planning something?
Oh, no, Mrs. Windsor. Just passing the time of day.
You shouldn't be doing that.
I might as well make myself useful while I'm here. Shame Mum didn't see the new place. She loved the Dales. Maybe if I'd have invited her here, we could have started getting things back together.
Yeah, maybe.
It just seems such a waste of life. I mean, I know she wasn't easy to get on with, but I wish I'd made more effort.
There's no point blaming yourself, Rachel. You've done nothing to be ashamed of. I wish I could say the same. It was wrong of me to take advantage of you last night.
It takes two, Jack.
Yeah, but I should have seen you were just upset about your mum. At least I can promise you it won't happen again.
It's a phone call for you, Rachel. I think it's about the funeral arrangements.
Thank you.
She's very down, isn't she? You're really going to have to make the effort to spend as much time with her as you can.
That's not my idea of a flower display.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Well, I expect you to arrange them, not just dump them in the vase.
I'm sorry, Mrs. T. I'll try again.
It's all right. I'll do it. I'd rather you made sure there are no mistakes with lunch.
Yes, Mrs. T.
You know, there are some excellent books on flower arranging. Might be a good idea if you got one for future reference. Good help, so hard to find these days.
At least you've got the best financial advice available, and that's a lot more important.
Self-praise is no recommendation.
I've been looking at stud farms over the last couple of days. If If you ask me, it's a very risky proposition.
Oh, Frank always said a good businessman knew when to take a risk.
And when to pull out. He had a good instinct for it. That isn't something you can learn overnight, Kim.
Are you saying I can't run this business as well as he did?
I'm suggesting you proceed with caution. Alex is pressing you for a decision because he's desperate for money. That means you hold all the aces. It gives you time to investigate the deal thoroughly, just like Frank would have done.
This is shaping up to be a really terrible day. First the car, now the Dingles. I told you they couldn't be trusted.
But Lisa assured me they'd be reliable, and they did find the wonderful York stone.
Which seems to have disappeared.
Well, perhaps they've decided to relay it. I mean, Lisa is a bit of a perfectionist. She knows if they don't get this right, they won't get the job.
It's gone 11, and they've still not started work. It's just not good enough.
Listen, are we still on for tonight and that, yeah?
Change of plan.
Why are we meeting now?
6:30, park reception. And remember to bring some booze.
Aye, all right. Here comes his lordship. Look, you best make yourself scarce. Otherwise, Kim's going to be expecting to get us a red carpet out for him or something.
Here they are. I'm sure there'll be a simple explanation.
Why are you so late?
And what's happened to my flagstones?
Oh, it seems we had a robbery last night.
Somebody's nicked lots.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Ain't it just? The world seems to be full of thieves these days.
But I've set my heart on those flagstones.
Don't worry, dear lady. All is not lost. I think I might just know where I can lay my hands on a few more. But I'm afraid we'll have to charge you full market price this time.
Lovely to see you back at home farm.
Pleasure's all ours.
Sorry we're late, but we've been shopping. It's so hard to know what to get for the honeymoon when we can't make up our minds between skiing and the Bahamas.
She solved the problem by buying for both. That's women for you.
Yes, well, some of us have got more to do in our lives than just shopping.
Of course. That's what we're here for. Hope you've made a decision on the stud farm.
Let's have a drink.
Have you sorted the arrangements for the funeral?
Not yet. I haven't been able to get hold of Chris. I don't want him causing problems looking after Josie.
Well, if he does, I'll look after him. I don't want you to have to worry about anything.
Thanks, Sarah.
I've already booked 2 hotel rooms for you in Sheffield so you can stay over.
2 rooms?
Yep, one for you and one for Jack. I don't want you to have to go through this on your own.
Well, it's a nice thought, Sarah, but I think I'm going to be busy. I don't know if I'll be able to get away.
Yeah, I'll manage on my own, honestly.
Well, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And I'm sure Ned can manage on his own for once.
Yes, no problem. I'm sure Rich will need your help a lot more than I do.
There you are. It's settled. Jack will drive you to Sheffield and bring you back the next day.
Mr. Cairns didn't seem too pleased.
He'll soon change his tune when we save the day and fetch him a fresh load of flagstones.
Not if he finds out he's paid for the same lot twice.
Which is why we wait a few hours before we take him back, innit? Tell him we've been scouring Yorkshire for fresh supplies.
Right. Want another beer?
Don't mind if I do. It's thirsty work searching for flagstones.
Thought you two were supposed to be working.
We are.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of job. Use one of them males and I'll do a shit.
We're waiting on new flagstones. Some rotten Torag pinched the last batch.
Huh? Can't trust anyone these days.
Well, as soon as we hear from our supplier, we'll be back on job.
Huh?
I know it's just back-breaking manual labour to you, and the rewards may seem small. But after a life of crime, there's real satisfaction in honest toil.
It wasn't their fault the flagstones were stolen. I trust Lisa. I think we should give them a chance. Anyway, you're just in a bad mood today.
Maybe, but I've plenty of reasons. My windscreen wiper and headlight were smashed this morning.
Oh, you poor chap.
It was your drunken customers that were responsible. What are you going to do about it?
Mr. Cairns? I am a wine bar owner. That doesn't mean to say that I'm responsible for anything that occurs on the public highway.
Your customers double park all over the village. And they certainly cause a breach of the peace with all their noise after closing time, and a lot of people have had enough of it. A few complaints at licence renewal time might make you change your tune.
Aye, we have got out of the wrong side of the bed this morning, haven't we? Of course, I can't admit liability, but I'm prepared to offer you a complimentary meal, a gesture of goodwill. And you can see for yourself that it's not quite the den of vice that you imagine it to be.
Thank you.
I must say I admire you, Kim. Hard enough losing your husband without having to take on the running of a multi-million-pound business as well.
I'd have been hopeless. I suppose my parents decided I'd never need to earn my living, so they never really taught me about money.
Kim does have a board of directors behind her.
Nothing's changed, really. Frank never made a decision without consulting me.
The power behind the throne, eh?
I built up the business with Frank. That's why he entrusted it to me. As far as he was concerned, the board was just there to rubber stamp our decisions.
Then I hope you agree that a 50% partnership in our stud farm is just what Home Farm needs at the moment. Seems the perfect time for a new challenge.
There are quite a few stages we need to get through first. We have to be happy with all the figures. Personally, I think the projected income is a bit on the optimistic side.
It might take us a while to achieve those figures.
Whereas the projected costs don't take into account a number of issues.
I do hope you're not going to spoil our lunch by getting your calculator out again, Steve.
With respect, these matters need to be dealt with as soon as possible.
Yes, and I'm sure you and Alex can sort it all out over a drink sometime. The important thing is to get the business started. So, I'm delighted to tell you that Home Farm will be taking up your partnership offer, Alex. Put the champagne on ice, Jan.
Everything's just as you asked.
I think I'm entitled to an explanation.
Shall I take the champagne through?
Thank you. Tell them I'll be through in a moment. Now, what's your problem?
Decisions like this need to be made by the board. I've told you how I feel about the stud farm. I've told you it's a bad deal, but you've just ignored all my advice.
On the contrary, your reservations have been noted, but I've decided the advantages outweigh them.
You mean you're too busy flirting with Alex to realise what you're getting us all into?
Oh, so that's what's bugging you. You're jealous.
I just don't want to see you making a fool of yourself.
I know what I'm doing.
Do you? We'll have to see if the board agrees with that.
I'm doing what's best for Home Farm. And I'm sure no one will want your pathetic male ego to stand in the way of that.
You found them! Don't know how you managed to get them so quickly.
Well, it wasn't easy, but there were no way I was letting you down, lass.
Really?
I've always admired you, Lisa. It's just my rotten luck that my brother found you first.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
There's this streak of honesty running through me, Lisa, that won't deny the truth.
The truth is what I'm interested in.
Hey, you got them!
Well, I knew you were pleased with him, so I wanted to get you the best match I could find.
Right down to the double yellow line.
I thought you finished at 5:30.
Oh, Mrs. Windsor's not down yet.
It's the good thing about young Will. He's not a clock watcher.
Don't mean you start exploiting his good nature.
All right. I'll try and hurry her up. You two keep an eye on things for me.
I'll be in Brighton early tomorrow, Mr. Windsor. I'm going to finish reorganising the stock. Going to put it all in alphabetical order.
Oh, hardly wait.
Never mind all that. Did you get the beers?
Not yet. Should I leave some money by the till?
Grow up.
Well, what if your dad notices?
He never has before, and now you've reorganised stock. He won't stand a chance, so come on.
Where are you going?
Out.
What time should we expect you back?
I don't know. I've been working at the holiday village all day. I'm entitled to a bit of fun.
What's she up to?
Well, like she said, enjoying herself. Give the girl a chance.
Do you think her and Will are starting to get it together?
Well, worse things could happen. At least he's near her age.
Oh, I've always loved horses. I remember when the hunt used to meet here. Oh, it was a wonderful sight. Sadly, Frank put a stop to all that.
You could always start again now he's gone.
I've been so busy, I've rather lost touch with the hunt set.
No problem. They're all chums of mine. Sure, they'd be delighted to come back if I mention it.
I think Tara's ready to go.
We've imposed on your hospitality far too long.
Nonsense. Alex and I have still got lots more to talk about.
We've got so much in common. I'm sure we're going to love working together.
Right, me and Marlon had better be going.
Stay for another drink. Least I owe you after all you've done today.
Tempting, lass, but I want to settle bill for them flagstones. That bloke did us a right favour letting us have them so quick.
You're so considerate, Albert. Even after a hard day's work, you still put other people first.
Aye. Come on, lad. You don't want to trust him, you know. He can be right devious.
Really?
Yeah, stick with me. I'll see you all right.
You're not going to get me this building contract any more than he is. If you want anything doing in this life, you got to do it yourself.
I still don't get it. What's so special about Chalet 10? Oh, there's no one in it, is there?
It's just like a hotel room without the bill.
You know, a place where your parents have no chance of finding out what you're getting up to.
He's a clever girl, then.
Wouldn't you get into trouble for taking her?
Not if everyone keeps their gob shut. Oh, chuck a bucket of water over him, will ya? You'll have plenty of time for that later. Just get down there.
Right, you go and get them tools.
I don't know, Dad. Maybe we should leave it for a day or two.
What are you talking about? It's the best scam we've ever had.
How many times do you think we can nick them before he starts to smell a rat?
That's just for starters. Wait till we move on to phase 2. See, it's all a question of knowing your customers.
The cans.
Ah, folks with more brass than sense. They see a dump like this and they reckon they can renovate it like some sort of monument. Keep going on about tradition. Well, you know what that means, don't you? Tradition.
I think so.
All that tat that your grandma threw out because it were old-fashioned. I've seen mugs like these pay through nose for sort of kitchen range she used to swear at. I tell you, we're onto a fortune here.
Right, we'll get the tools then.
Oh, Lisa, love. Didn't expect to see you here this late.
That's just what I was thinking about you two.
Ah, well, we were thinking like with all these thieves about, we'd better just nip back and check everything were all right.
For your information, nothing will be all right until we get this contract. And we won't get the contract until you two stop messing about.
They won't cross you, Lisa.
I'm glad to hear it. Because if you did, you both end up singing soprano in the choir. Got it?
Oh, aye.
Well, thanks for a wonderful time.
My pleasure.
You must let me return the compliment. Why don't you come to lunch next Tuesday?
Oh, that'd be lovely.
But unfortunately, we can't. We arranged to go to the races, remember?
Oh, we can do that another time. We'd be delighted to come.
Jolly good. We'll see you next week, then.
Bye.
I thought we were never going to get out of there.
Sorry, took longer than I expected.
I don't know how you managed to put up with that awful woman.
Simple. I need her money.
She obviously fancies you like mad. Could hardly keep her hands off you.
Well, let's just hope the attraction lasts till she signs the cheque.
So, do you like the Charlatans?
They're all right.
I love telling stories. It's a rare album. Must have been weird recording songs by Rob Collins. Well, you know he's dead.
No, I don't know. I just like dancing.
All right. So, what do you like?
Actions, they speak louder than words.
Do you want another drink or something?
No. Do you?
No.
Vic? Yeah, it's Chris Tate. Tate? Yeah. I think you'd better come to the Holiday Village office. Yeah, I suggest you'd make it quite quick if you're worried about your daughter's good name.
Will that be all, Mrs. Tate?
Thank you, Jan. I expect you'd like to get home.
Ned'll be wondering where I've got to. Would it be all right if I came in a bit later tomorrow? I have done 12 hours today.
I'm afraid that's not convenient, Jan. It's a very busy time for me at the moment. I'm sure it'll even out over the months.
Good night, Jan.
Good night.
You seem to think everyone's here just for your convenience.
Meaning?
Well, it was fine to go to the races with me until something better came along.
Oh, you're not still sulking about that, are you? Look, I want this deal to go through smoothly, that's all.
You're making a complete fool of yourself.
I know what I'm doing. The stud farm's a good deal.
I'm not just talking about the deal. I mean, the way you keep making eyes at his lordship, it's pathetic.
No, it's you that's pathetic. You're just jealous.
Yeah, I don't deny it. I thought there was something between us, but obviously I was wrong.
Oh, dear. Male pride a little bruised.
Don't play games with me, Kim.
I was rather hoping that's just what we would do. Yes, I flirted with Alex, but that's business. With you and me, it's fun. Are you coming to bed or not?
What's going on?
Well, I've got no idea what they're up to in there, but it seemed to me a little parental discipline was overdue.
Well, whatever it is, let's go and put a stop to it.
I think you'll find the door's locked. Lucky. I have the master key. Please return it to the office when you leave.
This is an outrage. Kelly, I'm ashamed of you.
Get dressed, get out. I'll deal with you later.
That goes for all of you.